Meet is not presenting the complete screen. Just a minute. Okay. Okay. So basically, I have been working in this field from the last 5 years. I have seen many, you can say that, changes of this complete full stack. Previously, people were working on some different languages. Okay, and now they have changed to some different domains. So first of all, it was understand basically what is the full stack is. Okay, so in today's content, I have been sharing with you about what is that particular full stack is. Okay, and understanding the entire web development process, then we will understand the career opportunities and basically the job opportunities that you will get after completing about the complete full stack. Okay, so let's start. Basically, in the full stack domain, you can start with a Java full stack. Okay, you can start with .NET, you can start with Django, you can start with Mern, or you can start with me. So in the audience, can you tell me that how many of you have known of this complete full stack? Means any of the full stack, like it could be Java, it could be .NET, it could be Django, it could be Mern, or mean anyone, any of the language or the full stack domain you have ever heard of. Yeah, hello guys. Have you ever heard of any of the languages, like any of the full stack language you have ever came across? Guys, you should interact. I'm asking one by one question, okay? Since otherwise it seems like I'm only, you can say that delivering the session and seems to be like that. So it could be one by one. Or if you want, I can speak in any other language if you are not comfortable in English also. I can go with Hindi if you guys more comfortable in that. Okay, so suppose let me start with any of the full stack. It could be Java, okay, it could be .NET, or it could be Django, or it could be Mern, or it could be Mean. Okay, so there are different type of full stacks available in today's real world market, or the industry is working on these 5 to 6 type of, you can say that, full stacks. Okay, now from where to start, right? That sir, please let me understand the roadmap, or you can say that the from where I could start. So basically, you can start with front end. Okay, you can start with front end, making different HTML pages. Okay, like CSS pages. Okay, you can start making your HTML and then put colors in that web page, and the JavaScript part, like the different logics, how your basically web page is having some different kind of colors and interacting with user interactivity. So these kind of things you can start from the very basic, your front end part. Okay, then after learning the pure front end, you can go with the bootstrap part. Okay, now what is basically the bootstrap is? Bootstrap is just your framework type. Okay, like whatever you are making using HTML CSS, the hard code you are doing, bootstrap is saying that okay, I am the one, I am providing you all these stuffs, now you just go and write the business logics. Okay, or you can, I am providing you the skeleton, and now you can change the skeleton according to your choice. Okay, the everything you know need not to write, I am providing some part of the things from my side, rest of the thing you can design as of your own. Okay, so that is basically bootstrap. Similar goes for the material UI. As of you are just come across this part, you will get to know about different styling technologies are there, or you can say that frameworks are there, which helps you to design not from the very basic, but they are providing somewhat of the code, so you can start building that part from there. Okay, so basically bootstrap and material UI is providing you that part. Okay, so it's all about the front end where you can design these things. Now in the front end part only, some things are happening. Basically that is the main scenarios every tech, you can say that, fields are facing of. That is the loading. Whenever you are opening any web page, like you came across this things, like whenever you are opening any web page, you see that the web page is very slow to load, right? Its contents are taking time to load. Just right now I was opening this Canva website, and you can see that it taking some time to load, right? It's taking some time to, you can say that, interact with me. So why it is happening? Just because the images, okay, the images that are actually behind, you can say that the images that are behind, you can in the frame, it's taking time to render. Okay, render means to show, so it's taking time to show. So to minimize this time, to minimize, you can say that the rendering time, people have started using different frameworks, and those frameworks are one by one becoming familiar, or you can say that the complete market is basically based on this complete frameworks, the Angular, the React, the Vue. They are the frameworks. Okay, they helps to minimize this all loading time. Okay, and provide any user, or any, you can say that, client, the better userability. Okay, whenever you are going any website, and whenever you are opening any website, the website is taking so much of time to just show the content of the page. Now why it is happening? Because the data, that you can say that the image, the videos, those data is taking up the time to load. Okay, but the contents, like the you can say that the text written over their website, okay, the sidebars, the nav bars, the starting nav bars, or the logo, they are very much of less, you can say that, memory consumptions. So they at the first end started popping in the screen, but the big images, the videos, taking some time. So what basically these frameworks are doing, they are actually helping you to slow down the, you can say that, the rendering time, and they makes it fast rendering. Okay, they makes it able to show the websites very fast. Okay, so these frameworks are actually helpful in creating that websites, or popping up the website in a fast go. So basically these websites are help you to interact with the user as a fast purpose. Okay, so these are the complete front end where you came across creating different, you can say that, portions of the website, like start with the nav bar portion, then start with the sidebar, then side with the nav, you can say that the main content, you can create any card. So these are the things that you can do with the front end. Now after doing the front end, you can see that whenever we are doing any kind of websites, like for example, it could be a Google form, right? Today, yeah, for this session, you have registered somewhere, right? Your name, your address, your email. So these are the contents that you have sent to the admin, right? The admin has to store these informations. So in that case, how the admin is basically storing that information is completely handled by the backend engineers. Okay, am I you can say that comfortable with you guys? Have you understood till that part of the front end? Hello. Yeah, so basically your front end part is completely for the design, right? Where you are designing a complete web page. Now in the back end part, whatever the data you have just put forward in your front end is being gathered, or it's being stored, or is being handled by the back end one. Okay, now for the back end we are having different kind of languages, starting from C++, Java, okay, C hash, Python, Kotlin, different languages are there. So as a developer, which one I should choose, right? So first learn any of the language. It could be C, it could be C++, or it could be Java. Okay, so for the basic fundamentals, like for any language, there are some kind of basic fundamentals. Okay, and what are those basic fundamentals? Like how to print something, how to take the inputs, how to basically what are the data structures, what are data types. So basically you are learning how to be familiar with any one of the language. Now once you get familiar with any one of the language, you can start building your full stack career from the backend perspective. Okay, so in the backend, how many of the languages we are having? Just now I have said we have PHP, we have Python, we have Node.js, we have Ruby, we have ASP.NET, we have C++, we have C hash. Okay, so there is a complete backend stack. Now in that complete backend stack, it's your choice to start with any of the language. Okay, it could be Python, it could be PHP. Just go with the flow. Okay, just take one of the language. Just you can say that akkar bakkar bambebu, and take one language. Okay, and start with that language and understand a basic principles of any language. Once you have started with the basic principle of any language, like how to take input, how to put the data inside an array, what is basically data structure is, how to handle a particular array in some, you can say that, worst cases, in some least best cases. So all these things being handled by any of the language. Now you are comfortable with the language. Okay, now what is basically the backend was doing, and what is basically the database were doing? Okay, so backend is basically holding the data for the temporary purpose, means when till the program is running, The data is there in the backend. But once you have closed the program, the data, whatever you have stored, is getting lost, or you can say that you cannot recover those data. Now you want that data to be stored somewhere in the database. That database could be your pen drive, that database could be your mobile phone, that database could be your any of the devices where you can able to store that data permanently. Okay, so that database you need. So in that database, whatever data I am storing in the backend, that need to be stored in the database, because what the backend was doing, backend was organizing the data or handling the data for the temporary period, but I want that data should be there in the permanent period. So for that I need a database of the learning. Okay, and how many databases are there? As we can see, there are RDBMS, means relational database modeling system. Okay, relational database modeling. Each database that you have created, database is nothing but is just a file and folders. Okay, like you have created files, and inside that files you have multiple folders. Okay, now what are the files? Suppose I am today a company named Flipkart. Okay, and I am having different files inside it. That means for the users information I have users file, for the product information I have the product file, for the, you can say that the orders information I am having the orders file. Okay, so these are the files, and inside that files the as many documents are there. So each files is being related with one another. So here in the RDBMS, what is happening, each file is being related with each other. So basically what is database? Database is the place where you are storing your data permanently. Okay, so that you could retrieve the data at any point of your time. So database is handling all those data, means it is basically storing the data, and backend is handling the data. Okay, and what is front end is doing? Front end is basically gathering the data, means it is the place where the user will we need to upload this complete thing. Okay, when you have this front end in the that means your own machine. Now zero change reference to what machine to handle the front end back and need somewhere to you can say to continuously run this. So I have to change my own you can basically these are like what happening they have a particular site. They have a data warehouse. In that database, they create multiple you can say systems are there. Okay, and they put all the systems running over there. Now what was happening over there? Basically that is called as on premise. Okay, on premise means inside my home I have created a complete server, and inside that server day to day means 24/7 my server is running. Okay, and inside that server I am running my front end, I am running my back end, I am running my database. Now why I am using this? Because I want my customers to come and fill their data. But what was happening, my my reach was not very much enough. I thought basically initially my users will be around 25 or 30. Okay, but what happens, my users came around 250, 200, 2 lakhs. Okay, now my system is not capable to handle such amount of data. So I need what? I need a more powerful system to compute or to store that much of information. So I have put some amount of you can say that more servers or more databases over there. So this makes my cost, you can say that, very much rigidness of thing, because I have no pre-plan that how much of user will come. Like in today's session, they have thought of suppose today's session around 30 people will come, but what happened, only 15 people come. Because of what? Because maybe their time constraints, because maybe their lack of interest, or maybe because of their some other works. So only 15 people came. Okay, but they have planned of 30 people. Now what was the loss? The loss of the 15 people. Okay, the loss of the, you can say that the 15 people will not bearable to them. Okay, now suppose they have thought of around 30 people, that maximum what happened, 30 people will come. Okay, or maximum 15 people will come. But what happens, only 5 people came. Okay, they thought 15 people will come, but in the last only 5 people will reside, or only 5 people will come. So in that time again there is a loss. Okay, so the loss is not flexible. Somewhere it is big, somewhere it is small. Like in your in what happens in your IPL matches, you see Hotstar, right? So in Hotstar what was happening, like today there is no match. Okay, now today how many users are watching Hotstar? Like for example 15, 30, 1 lakh. Okay, so 1 lakh users suppose watching Hotstar, but during the IPL session or during your World Cup, what was happening at that time? Around 7.5 cr people are live on that Hotstar platform, right? So that much of users can be handled by the Hotstar itself, or in Netflix, how many users will come today? Suppose a blockbuster, you can say the movie is being rendered, or you can say showed in your Netflix. So as many users came just to watch that movie. So is Netflix is capable to handle that much of user? Because what you are making nothing but a software. So that software is somewhere running, right, in your laptop or somewhere. So that somewhere where it is running, is it on premise or it is a cloud? Okay, so there comes the picture of the DevOps engineers who helps them to run this complete software. Okay, so as a web service is a type of service that is basically allows you to provide all those things. Okay, for the front end they are providing a laptop, or you can say that a software, or you can say that a service, or you can say that a server. Okay, they're providing you a server where you can run your front end application. In the backend they are also providing a you can say that a server. So basically what Amazon is providing the services for the services for the laptops. So whatever laptops you are talking about, so what laptops they are providing, basically the system. In that system you can put your own operating system. Okay, you can put your own RAM, you put your own and that is and that is required. Yeah, so things like job like say so and it's less on the as a like so that for the so I am the starting to focus on yeah so let's get this on the video so for what you like to clear some mention is like once we see how this all that will be and what's going to happen in like so you want to have here you can see something like you see how that you is because you have how that look at it is how the other things relate to basically looks like this is actually I want to feel very not actually so you have to do it I understand how is it actually work like see this with the complete full size now some you can say that how sad it was to me have some questions why you always like how the knowledge of every it's not like that every knowledge is not but you any of knowledge that you know like so it's also basically what you have to think that may not make sense but what you have to it could be okay so that is it's not different it's how the bio so it's like how to look at it's kind of what the only is different for the so extra so this is about the hand situation but this is something like how visualization in the some of the like you need to explain it they need to have actually like virtual emoji so like okay every food we not right so it's now if it's included by that you have just like speech or I can do it and but clearly actually programming that is the right all the emotions inside the just to example you know just that they select my goals and we need to like once they that they all of was one two so then inside every information is all information embedded so this is about this because the back so back really shows the information okay by information so inside that's what is APIs okay so that's is on one so they are serious inside only for 5 4 that is separate so if you want to add more separate number one configuration that's what 6 so that so it's the front information is being stored inside and also choosing what we are okay so it's the function all this inside so this is basically how it is happening so the clinical link we have languages and we have and suppose on the Java so this is able to get the notice is notice is able to get links so you can any user things you join me like the change links in any language as it is able to join me so that language Java we actually so that's this part so basically I'm completely when you do this what you have is complete full cycle really have not part of complete architecture right have to be more to understand all these quite little stuff or design all you have the good just start that part right so so you have just and you like one last thing just in the like have like for also he was the I don't know knowledge also you maybe down but I don't take from here it's like actually you don't know making sense I found it because already one different people so that's why I have this is how it was happening from friend and also the is only six machines it's different really what happens was it's what happens is that I don't get and until the how you don't have from your game in the from so much not really like because also you from I'm working in a different colleges like I'm going to do so and I was like to say something so anyways I should see any so in technology and that's some people so you need to understand you need to buy resources you have to balance it because I know some people this thing get much okay all the friends actually if they are multi channels out here people understand how they create this from so the business where we start okay after things learning this you can start one language one language because it's easy to understand basic code now is so you can like people want to so that's something that was really different you can also need to questions delivery so you also something different and yes different if you're from a city so that's why I think what is something different okay something different okay from the other aspect so you can all the topics is something different like you so that's something different so and I don't speak like the achievements is another thing so you can go for the after you can go for the shop you can go to the shop so there are actually so you can start now post all the I don't know in the field you can why see it and I say so once you know yes you go behind the this match once you have basic whatever you imagine so try build your own mix it make a problem but make your more right for you can say all you can say all from so that's the main message yeah आप ये बोल सकते हो कि आप अपना लैंग्वेज बताइए also get तो एक लैंग्वेज बताओ ठीक है okay this is something that we also get this is also really this is we can बताओ बेटा ये ये